Miss May I said they came home from tour with the Avenged Sevenfold, and after the whole summer festival tour, they only made $400 each, which sucks. And Doyle from the Misfits blames fans for having to do meet and greets because they steal his music and they don't pay for it. But this is a pretty common thing you hear about nowadays. A lot of bands complaining how hard it is now, not making money touring, um, from streaming, or their merch getting cut or taken by the venues. A lot of that going on. But first of all, the bands have never really made money from record sales. I looked it up. It used to be in the 90s. I think the band would get about 6% of their CD sales. So you say 10%, let's just say 10% to make it easy on a $10 CD. That's only $1 per CD, split four ways, usually 25 cents each. So to make, if they sold a million CDs, that's maybe $250,000 per member. And who knows how long that would take to sell a million CDs. You know, some bands will take years. If you blow up or you're Metallica or something, that's really fast, but not very common, especially in good underground music. In this day and age, there should be very little need for record labels, and bands should pretty much be owning their masters. If you own your masters, streaming pay isn't that bad, according to what Everlast was saying on the Joe Rogan podcast. Well, I'm sure he gets a lot of streams too. But, I mean, before you would sell a CD once, or in every format, you can get that sell once. You know, in the 80s, you buy it on vinyl, or the 70s, and then you had to buy it again on a cassette, and you had to buy it again on CD. Now vinyl's coming back. So, I mean, you get paid that, but at least with streaming, you know, you could listen to an album 1,000 times, and every time you listen to that album or song, the band's at least getting paid. So, if you're a new band or new to music, like, and you get a record deal, you shouldn't be letting the labels own your music, or at least all of it. You know, you get your advance, say you get $20,000 advance, take 10,000 of that and buy all your own recording equipment. It's very affordable now. Like, you could buy a bunch of SM57s for $100, buy a 24 track recording interface and control surface, probably a couple thousand. You know, buy a Reaper for $60. Works just as good as anything else out there. And you can record all your albums off that one and give them their money back, and then you own the rest of your music. Then you could, after, you know, read a couple books and learn how to mic up your guitars and drums. Like, I have everything in here mic'd up. Every guitar cab. I've got my room mics, my pencil mics, the drums all mic'd up. And I got cheap mics too. And they sound great. They're not expensive microphones. You know, I don't own a microphone that's over $200. The old model for being in a band isn't really working anymore. I remember when I was 15, 16, I went to go see Metallica at the Forum. And I bought the tickets for $50, $60. And you used to be able to go to the Ozfest or Knotfest or Mayhem Fest, and you could buy a 4-pack of lawn tickets for $100. I used to spend $100, take all my friends, go have a good old time. Now it's $30, $40 for a club show, but then they put $20 in convenience fees, so you're paying $50, and it's $50 to buy a shirt. It's like, the kids who go to the shows the most can't afford that. It's ridiculous. And the worst part is it's not even going to all the bands. It's not even supporting your bands. You say go support the bands, but you go and spend all that money and the bands aren't even getting any of it. Not enough for them to survive anymore nowadays, I guess. I don't think the music industry, the way it has operated, is going to last much longer. But that could be a good thing. Like in politics, you could start rebuilding from the ground up, from local, and start working on local scenes, and maybe we could see a resurgence in some good true music. That would be pretty awesome. Follow me on Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook, Thoughtless Entertainment.